Hey friend, welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather and this is Create Your Own Cozy. In today's video, think all things birds. Birds, nests, birds' eggs, birds' cages, bird houses. I have been collecting some of these things throughout my thrifting adventures this year, and today I'm going to marry them up with other things that I've thrifted to turn into some spring home decor. If you want to see what I've come up with, stick around. The first thing I grabbed from my stash is this wooden candle holder that I upcycled, painted it white, and I was thinking I need to cut it into 3 to make little risers. I didn't like the shape of it all together, so I used my chop saw, just cut them into thirds, and then decided I don't think I like this little thrifted bird cage. It's too matchy-matchy. I kept going. I decided to paint this bird cage Americana, which is a cottage color that is very similar to Apothecary, but it is an all-in-one paint. So I thought I'd get this out on here and see if I could grunge this up just a bit. I went in my stash and found this random shape wooden candle holder. I've had it in my stash for a while, and I always imagine just chopping the top off, so that's what I did where the wood is. And now I think I'm just going to take a screw and screw the bottom of this bird cage into the candlestick. So I did that off camera because it was hard to see what I was doing and come from above. But let's add some green over the top of it, and one of my favorites is gypsy green, so I'm kind of just splattering it on over top of Americana, just going for this is not a brand new white birdcage look, and I'm going to paint the bottom green as well. I'm going to wet distress. Then after I like the look of that, I'm going to add some clear wax to everything to seal it, then add some dark wax to get it grungy looking. I decided the already made nests that I have were a little too big of a scale for this project, so I went for a smaller scale with some beige moss and glued that into the bottom, as well as gluing in some eggs that I made with just some air dry clay and some Americana paint on the eggs. My next project was thrifted for about $2, and these colors just needed to be toned down. So I'm using Provincial. I hadn't used it in a while, so I stirred it for a very, very long time. It is an all-in-one cottage color paint, but the top coat is built in, so you have to stir way more than using the regular DIY paints. So I am going over this with 2 solid coats of paint. I was originally going to try to put this on I only paid $1.09 for it. Look at me thrifting well. Was going to originally try to put this on top of one of those little stands, but decided it looked better on its own. And then I got out the Wild Bloemen transfer book, which I cannot believe I haven't used this yet because it's one of my favorites from the new release. But I just found some cute little things that went together where the scale of it would fit well with this birdhouse, and I really loved how one of the butterflies was only showing one side, like it could have been sitting on the roof. I used the transfer tool that was provided to rub it down onto the surface. You can see the translucency of the top sheet changes, so you can tell that it is detached from that. And I have been having trouble picking up when I cut them this small, so I decided to grab the piece of paper that it came off of and kind of slip it underneath right here to kind of help me pull it up, just as a little trick, because I've been having trouble grabbing it lately. This floral used to be all one piece, and I cut it down the center because I didn't want to lose track of it as I was going over the top of the roof. So I just cleanly cut it, got it on one side so it was easier for me to bend over the top. The thing about these transfers is if you get them to line up correctly after cutting it like this, you cannot even tell that that is how you applied them. So keep that in mind if you're feeling overwhelmed with the size or the placement of one of the transfers. If you guys are new here, welcome to Create Your Own Cozy. I would love it if you hit subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and let me know you are here. This next guy was a lot. I just started by dismantling him, but he had good bones and he was only 50 cents. So I just yanked everything out of him. Not too worried about the surface. Felt like using molds would be a great way to kind of cover up any spaces that were messed up from yanking off these little things. So I got out my Trimmings 1 and Trimmings 2 molds, and I'm using Air Dry Clay, and this is reminding me a little bit of like gingerbread house vibes. Maybe I should do this in the winter time too. But I had fun just using some of these Trimmings molds to cover up this cute little birdhouse with TIghtbond Quick and Thick, my favorite go-to, and then just covering this up so you can't see the stuff I yanked off of it, but it made such a gorgeous little base. I decided to go with all one color. I'm using gypsy green on top of the whole entire birdhouse. And then after the clay dries a bit, I do go back into some of the crevices to make sure that that green is all the way down in the crevices. I felt like this guy did need a little stand, and he was the right proportion for these little stands I made. So I did 2 coats of Americana, and then I just stressed it back with a sanding block. I never attach these permanently in the final shots, but I do have the intent of doing that with some E6000 for that lovely permanent hold. If you guys agree that they should be a match, let me know in the comments below if you think these guys go together. Now I am going to do some clear wax over the top of the gypsy green along with some white wax for this nice muted look. What do you guys think of this one? For my next project, I just went ahead and got some nests from Amazon. I believe this was a pack of 20. I'll go ahead and put the link in the description. I have been thrifting them, but I also like to just have access to them. Some things are worth paying for the convenience. Am I right? So what I'm going to do here is use E6000 and some more of these little air dry clay. I think this is Americana or Haint Blue. I tried a little of both of those colors. I am going to go with an odd number. I thought 3 looked too small for this one, so I did a total of 5. And then I thrifted this little, it almost looked like a cloche bird cage, and it had something in it to be able to hook something up higher, but I wanted to attach this to one of the bases. So I basically put E6000 on the bottom of this, threw the little nest up inside, and then attached it to the base and let it dry like that. I'm leaving it as is and kind of want to get your comments. There's a hook up at the top, and then there's a place above the bird. Should I add some ribbon to that? Am I just trying to make it too frou-frou? Now that I'm looking at this, I feel like I need to add some ribbon to the top. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Is it good as is, or should more be added? Project number 5, I found this and saved this photo from Pinterest, and I do not know who it came from, but I got inspired. And now I'm going to take this little teacup set. There's nothing vintage about it that didn't sell on its own in my booth. I am just going to turn the teacup upside down, and I'm going to use E6000 on the rim where it's going to hit the saucer. I'm going to make sure I like the alignment and let it dry completely before adding one of my nests and a thrifted bird to the vignette. And look how easy and cute this little bird nest teacup was. For project number 6 today, I know guys, I'm kind of going crazy here. I got this little glass piece and it has been in my stash forever. I painted it this pink color a while back and sealed it didn't love the pink color, so then I went over that with petticoat pink for a much lighter look. I wet distressed it back to have a very complicated base, and then I did nothing with it. So I'm finishing it up today by finishing the wet distressing, putting some clear wax over the top of it so that it can be sealed. And then I'm going to use one of those nests that I got from Amazon, some eggs that I had thrifted a while back, and glue it all together. Look how cool that darker pink looks underneath though, guys. That's kind of cool right there, where you have that darker color that shows through the glass. Okay, now my wheels are turning. So I'm gonna do E6000 in hot glue for the hold right now. Get this nest on here, and here is a cute little shelf sitter to put in your spring vignettes. Project number 7 is just going to be me making a base out of that last third of the pillar that we started with. And you can see that my wood glue has totally dried together. I need to get one of those glue bots. Maybe I'll go order that now on Amazon. If I do, I will put a link in the description, because the top always gets like dried shut. So I'm using my really hefty plier to kind of get this off. And since this little wood round that I have on the top here, it is, every time I get candles from like Home Goods, I make sure the candles smell good, and I make sure they also have a wooden lid, because I love having those at my disposal. So this little one with the bee on top of it was just the top of a candle, and it's wood to wood, so wood glue is the best adhesive. I am just gonna cover both of the sides with wood glue, put something relatively heavy on top of it so that the glue keeps contact during the drying process. And then I've added a nice riser that adds height to vignettes. Alright guys, I had fun this week getting some stuff that I collected throughout the year, turning them into spring lovelies for my booth, and it was a fun process. Let me know in the comments below if you had a favorite and if you got inspired to create something from your stash. Also let me know that. If you are new here, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel, Create Your Own Cozy, and hit that notification bell to all so you get updated every time I upload a new video. I am I'm so thankful that you guys are here. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Did you get a bath? What's the matter, Henry? What's the matter with your paw? What's your paw? What happened? You okay? Are you so handsome? Show me. Show me how handsome. Oh, you look so handsome. Show me. Come here, Henry. Oh, you're so handsome. Oh, that's a handsome boy. Did you get all of that taken off of you? Oh, that's a good boy. I'm a good boy. Do you want a treat? You want a treat? Oh, yes, I do. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check me out over at createyourncozy.com.